Yes. La présentation de la RCA numéro 4, samedi numéro 5, Ganafio Sokambi Jean Lawrence. Numéro 6, Wakongo Michel Benoît. Numéro 7, Kosonge Toro William Stevie. Numéro 8, Krebongo Joanna Roy Stanley. Numéro 9, Koyama Privat de Saint-Maxime. Numéro 10, Tewa Sidney Yannick Wildrid. Numéro 11, Koyeni Yohan. Numéro 12, Femou Yadapa Max Serevi. Numéro 13, Kougure Max Martial. Numéro 14, Giada Madaba Philippe. Numéro 15, Jimbaria Jimmy. Et le nom du coach, Marida Gabin-Eurich. Coach adjoint, Beina Maurice Bandi. La RCA, en présentation, on les applaudit encore s'il vous plaît. Merci. On passe à la présentation de l'équipe du Maroc. Numéro 4, Nadia Abderrahim. Numéro 5, Rafi Mustafa. Numéro 6, Soufiane
This is
Kouzou.
a proud country looking to get back to some of its basketball history.
Absolutely, Morocco, definitely, as you said, very rich history, especially in African basketball. They're a little bit more accomplished overall in the international game outside of Africa than the Central African Republic, but for some reason, Central African Republic has had their number over their existence of their federations, respectively. But right now, really, there's going to be a couple of guys to watch out on this Moroccan team that really could be the difference makers, especially considering the fact that they have a slight size advantage. Some of their players are coming from higher levels in European basketball and also across Africa as well. There's a few American-born even players that are going to be a part of this right now today, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they stack up against the Central African Republic. I mean, we had a chance to watch Central African Republic yesterday in the practices. Very quick-moving team, very fast-paced. They're very similar in a way to Mozambique, but I guess you could say a little bit more refined and a little bit more polished at pushing the basketball compared to them. So once again, as we said, both of these teams very athletic, and it's going to be quite the matchup.
It certainly is, and now we're getting ready for the national anthems of the two teams competing here today.
The national anthem, Republic of South Africa, let's go. l'hymne national de la RCA.
And now we'll have the national anthem of Morocco.
Tout le monde debout. Merci.
Well, that's the anthems of the two teams, so we're just 3 minutes away from opening tip here in this ball game. And as the people start to make their way in and get themselves ready for what is an important game for both these teams. Number one, you don't want to get off to a slow start, but number two, they will both feel in order to make their way in this group, they're going to have to beat the other one, because most people will expect Angola in this group to get through. There's our three officials for the day, ready to go. As I was saying, though, Angola will be expected to qualify, take one of the spots. So actually these two teams will feel they need to beat each other to have a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like this one will definitely sting for whoever comes out on the losing end. I mean, it kind of goes without saying, but especially considering the fact that both of these teams really do feel like they can beat each other. And when you have two teams that are this evenly matched, it's going to lead to some very exciting basketball, and it's really just going to come down to who's making the fewest amount of mistakes.
Well, there's the Moroccan lineup for you. Plenty of Afro-basket experience. In fact, quite a number of these guys are playing in their third tournament together. They've got a lot of experience together, particularly up the top end of that roster. You see Nahaj and Khalifi and Kurdo, those sorts of guys. That's the starting five. And Mosbahi, Laruki and Chua also in the starting lineup. It's an experienced team, and they will be out to get off to a fast start. And that, as we see the Central Africans going through their warm-up drill, practicing taking the charge there, I think, at the end as part of their drill. But it's just a little something to get them pumped up and ready to go for this big game so early in the competition. It's only 4 o'clock local time on the opening day, but it's a very important game in terms of getting themselves through to the next stage in Tunisia for these guys. And they certainly look pumped and up for it. You could see that in the national anthem. You could see that the way they just warmed up there beforehand. They're ready to go.
Absolutely. This is a team that even when we saw yesterday, they were all business in the practice in the facility just before everything was getting set up. They were still running through their plays. They were discussing strategy. They knew this Moroccan team very well, as we've alluded to before. And really just, they've been a high-energy team every single time we've seen them step on the floor in the 2 days that we've seen them here in Dakar. So really, personally, I'm expecting big things from this team, considering the fact that they were only ranked 13th out of the 16 teams in Afrobasket this year. I don't really think that ranking is going to be a fair shake to them, and I'm pretty sure that they don't feel that way either. So given the fact that Morocco, I mean, they were seeded 7th out of the 16 teams according to the power rankings, and for good reason, though, because as you alluded to, this is a team that's, the majority of it is its 3rd Afro-Basket together. This is a team that knows how to bounce back from bad runs during these games, and that's going to be the ultimate test for the Central African Republic, a team that's considerably just a little bit younger than these guys, and this is only their 1st and 2nd for a number of them. So it'll be very interesting to see if their youth and exuberance, is going to play a huge factor in this, as there's head coach Ulrich Marid for Central African Republic. He looks pretty focused, doesn't he, Dan?
Yeah. Well, the two teams have made their way out onto court. They're just having their last little huddle, the Central Africans, as the Moroccans shake hands with the officials. And you see there, right in the center, Michael Mukongo directing traffic, as we're expecting to see him do today from the point guard spot. He missed Afrobasket 2015, having averaged 12.5 points in the previous edition in 2013, and I'm sure they're going to need big things from him if today is going to be a good day for them.
Absolutely, without a doubt. He is the general on the floor for the Central African Republic, and he's going to get things going here with Central African winning the tip.
And he brings it across half court, and we see them trying to get the ball inside. Good ball movement in the opening stages, and the mid-range jump shot is off, and Morocco get their chance to take the ball the other way. Mazabi moves it around on the far side. For a tough shot, falls a little short and just about pulled in by Jamaribai.
We saw this in the Mozambique-Egypt game as well. Both teams kind of getting a feel for each other, missing the first couple of shots.
Nice basket inside from Kusangi. And the first points are on the board for Central Africa. That's knocked away, but illegally so. And it's going to be a foul on Kusangi.
And Kusangi, a very impressive move there, throwing the shoulder, getting a little bit physical, creating the necessary separation, and a very polished finish there. And they'll look to maybe feed him the ball a couple more times. Saw how easy it was for him to finish at the rim there.
Morocco have their first point on the board with Amazabai. Plays as most of them do, or half of them do, for Saleh in Morocco, the Moroccan champions of last year.
And once again, the benefits of teammates that you've played with over the years, consistently, same club, same country. You're going to see that, and that definitely has a factor in tournaments like this.
Pass a little awry, but it's pulled back in by Kobu. Shot clock ticking down. He needs to go here. His shot is challenged. He airballs it, but the rebound is pulled in by Morocco, so it didn't matter that the shot clock was about to expire. The quick lane doesn't go. The referees are going to chat this one over, and they're going to say Morocco keep it.
Just want to bring that play back for a second here. Is Kaguri, he was getting himself trying to find a shot there, but he missed the wide open corner. His teammate calling for the ball. They got to be a little bit more aware.
3-point shot is no good, and Jamarabai pulls in the rebound. Nice crossover. Finds space for Mukongo to take the shot. Doesn't go, tipped out of bounds. Last touch, a Moroccan hand.
And Mukongo getting some instructions there from head coach. And Dan, that's a shot that I don't necessarily want to see him take when he has that much open space to the hoop. He's so athletic and so quick. I think challenging the bigs at this point and getting some foul trouble would do him some good.
Trying to feed the ball inside, but well read by Triano. Quick outlet break, and Kuridu jams it in.
Yeah, big fella, 6'9". He's 206, 2 meters, 6 centimeters. Big guy throws it down.
Congo in the corner And Rabai gets it in. Look at the athleticism there, and a little finger wag as well on the block shot. Meanwhile, Morocco, there he is again. Corradou throws it down, back-to-back dunks for him. The rim is shaking still.
What a throwdown that was by Corradou. What a throwdown, and some great defense as well from the Moroccans. We'll take a look at the replay here. Creates the separation, but there it is. 2 towers right away, and giving him the old Dikembe Mutombo. That was
Chua with the block
that was
shot.
Chua.
I think there was 2 of them in there.
Chua.
There was 2 of them in there. Najar was also in close proximity.
And you've got to be excited if you're a coach when you see your team able to make those quick rotations on the defense, especially when the player himself, when Kasangu was able to create the separation off the inbound pass. And he thought he had an easy layup, but Morocco showing off their athleticism as well.
Well, an early timeout called here. 2.5 minutes into the quarter. You don't often see timeouts this early in the game unless something has gone awry. And they're only 6 points to 2 down, but obviously coach has spotted something he's not happy with. And he's called a halt to proceedings. Basketball going on all around the world right now. You've got Eurobasket getting to the business end of that competition. Just tipping off here with FIBA Afrobasket 2017. Day 1 of the competition. And that pass is a little too high. And 1 or 2 in white vest looking for a foul that wasn't going to come.
Dejim Beret was, was looking for the call there to the referee, but to no avail. And we've got ourselves a physical one here, Dan.
Now, Masbai manages to get it to Shurkan up high. He's got the screen. It moves away now. Driving to the basket. They've done very well in the opening stages. Larici that time getting all the way to the hole.
Excellent finish by Larici, and that's called making good decisions with the ball. He knew exactly what he wanted to do as soon as he saw his opening. No hesitation whatsoever. You want to see that if you're a Moroccan fan.
Nice head fake, and again attacking the basket, proving the best way of attack for
Kasangu, and that's great to see as well. If you're a CAR fan right now, no hesitation after getting blocked. He's going to go right back to the rim and finish.
Arishi driving in under pressure, and with a little double hop, call for the traveling violation. Ball goes back to the Central Africans, who trail here in the early stages by 4.
Once again, you're seeing the importance of just staying in front of your man, staying physical. Central African Republic, very good at that. Excellent footwork, great speed, and rotation on defense. They end up taking advantage of it, causing a turnover.
Bit of pressure inside. Congo skips it around. That's tremendous ball movement. And if you move it quick enough, you'll find some space.
Absolutely, and just the confidence to go up there with 2 defenders on you.
Quick 3 at the other end. I think there's a foul on the rebound as El Mazpa's shot bounced out of bounds.
You can hear the fans now for the Central African Republic. They're out and about in that corner near the Central African basket.
Well, it should have been an easy 2 inside there for Morocco, but didn't go on that occasion and out of bounds.
And Corradou's got to try and work on that left hand of his, because once he had that spin, if he had used his left, it would have been an easy layup, but decided to try and use his right. But what a finish there, and once again, it is Larici, and he's making a bit of a name for himself right now. Takes a bump, though.
Yeah, landed awkwardly. He did appear to get bumped to the ground on the way down. The referee said there was nothing in it, so the basket counts, and Morocco lead by 4. Ball a little stuck here with Karugi. Now they move it on. There's a foul on the shot. Oh, caught him on the arm. Terrible mistake there.
That's just an unnecessary foul. As coach who hates seeing those kind of developments, if he's going to take a shot from that far out, all you really need to do, just a hand in the face, just let him know you're there. No need to get too physical, but instead you're giving up 3 free shots and at least 1 point. And Kasangu, he's having himself a great start to this game.
They're all boxed out as if there was only 2 free throws, but he was behind the arc. Yeah, William Kasangu. And he makes him pay with all 3 of them. Cuts it down to a 1-point game as we approach the midpoint of the opening quarter.
And of course, you know, it almost goes without saying the importance of making your free throws, especially early in the game, keeping yourself in it. Some big free throws there.
And he tries to get the ball in the low post there. Is forced all the way out. Shot doesn't go. Corridor hits the deck. Referee says play on.
Excellent find though on the pick and pop. Just can't knock it down.
It's 5 on 4 here, and the open man is Jim Riley, and he makes him pay.
My goodness. And Jim Rebe is letting him know about it. He's letting Kurodu, who he knocked down in the previous. There it is, finally, Kurodu finally getting to the line here, Dan.
Yeah, it took 3 of them to stop him. And d-jéry, I think it is, who's whistled for the foul. But here's the open shot at the other end. And it was 5 on 4, and those mean somebody's wide open. Or in fact, they're going to give it as an end line possession on that foul.
Away.
Oh, there's bodies flying everywhere here. This is oh, nearly flying through the air came Najjar. He tried to throw it down. He's got a wry smile there. He wasn't too far away.
And Najjar started off over at the 3-point line, full head of steam. But here we go.
Well, great block coming back. Denied by Chu again, his 2nd block of the game. Stolen away. And the atmosphere really livening up here in Dakar. Led by the Central African fans, although you notice some Senegal flags being laid out behind this basket, getting ready for their 3rd game of the day. Love the turnaround ball around.
Oh, that's a la Kobe Bryant right there. Nice little turnaround, stops, phases, squares up to the basket, full release. You couldn't ask for a better fadeaway jumper.
Nice little stop and go. And Najjar is there for a little baby hook.
Not as flashy, but just as effective. Najjar keeping his hands high, making it very difficult for any Central African defender to get a hand on it. Easy shot.
Well, great start to this game. Opening 7 minutes, just 2 points in it. And it's the team in white with the ball in the lead. Congo trying to find some space, finds his teammate, didn't get the shot off in time for d-jéry. We've got some changes now for Central Africa, with Fabu checking in to guard the ball straight away. Here he is trying to get around the big screen. And there he is trying to rip the ball away. And there's a bit of nothingness in there. The referee was quick on the spot to make sure it didn't escalate.
Yep. And that's been that's going to be key right now, because both of these teams, we're seeing a little bit of trash talking going back and forth, Dan, and between the blocks and the finger wagging and the open threes and the stare downs. We've got ourselves a very physical game here. But Central African Republic, they are going to defend their paint. That is a fact.
Well, it's certainly very entertaining thus far. Both teams, no quarter given nor asked, I think it's fair to say.
I like that one. I might have to bring that one back to Canada.
And misses the free throw. And a good chase down there from Fabou.
Fabou almost got caught with a travel there. You can see his foot slide just a little bit when he came down with the ball.
The Congo.
What a find.
A little short on the shot, and you could see as it left his hand, Gary was just sort of staring it down, almost as if if he looked at it hard enough, he might be able to give it an extra few inches.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, though, Kogier not getting an opportunity to really fully extend on that shot. His hands were just a little bit too high on that release, hence the giant rainbow and the short miss.
No Maksud on the high pick and roll. And Jar moves the ball on. Here's Wilkins' first shot of the game, doesn't go. The ball is loose. Picked up by, well, he looked like he got pushed over there in the Congo, but nothing doing. Skip pass out in the corner. El Maksud has to come back out to Marisha. Nice, and the Jar's on the end for the finger roll, but great ball movement from the Moroccans. We're level at 14.
And that's the sign of a veteran team. Bring the ball back, reset the clock, give yourself a fresh look at your options, and great passing and an even better finish there under the rim, giving Morocco the tie.
Congo, nice bounce pass, back out up top, and the jump shot is knocked down by Bahur.
It's a great mid-range jumper there. Central African Republic shooting very well from the field to kick off this game.
Wilkins puts the ball on the floor, drives in hard, saw the block coming, so threw it over the top of the backboard. You don't see that very often. He had to rearrange that shot midway through. Well, it's quite loud in here. There's not big numbers. We can see it here. It goes out of sight, and you can see it managed to hit our camera on the way down. Sorry about that, he says. But there's not huge numbers of them here, but they certainly made themselves being heard, the Central Africans. And it's no coincidence that as more of them came in and the noise levels went up, the intensity level from their team went up as well, and they turned an early deficit into a 2-point lead here.
Oh, absolutely. And really, any time you play basketball, any time that you have the crowd on your side and giving you that kind of motivation, this is a very emotional sport at the end of the day. It really just comes down to, especially when you're on defense, your intensity and how much you really want to do it, how much you really want the ball, how much you really want to get those stops. And when you have an entire crowd chanting your names, singing your praises, how can you not get jacked up and want to do well for your fans?
Well, I think the teams are struggling to hear the whistles of the officials over the vuvuzelas and the whistles in the crowd, because they've taken a little longer in that timeout than they are supposed to, but now they make their way back out. And you can see them there on your screen as they...
You gotta love it.
they would be lapping the arena, but there are staircases in the way, so they're having to go back and forth in the back end of that bowl.
I feel like that could be just as distracting though, Dan. It can work.
Here's Mukongo trying to go to work at this end. Nice drive to the basket. Oh, it bubbles out. Oh, I thought it was going to come out again, but the second tip in from Fabou is good.
Excellent finish there by Fabou. Right place, right time. Morocco, they need to start stepping up their game physically.
Great defensive play as well, and he comes up with the loose ball.
There we go. Good decision. Let your point guard have the ball, set up your offense. You've got an opportunity to close out this quarter on a high note.
Well, this quick three goes up is short, and there's well, the referee stopped it there for a foul, I think, as Mahur came down with the rebound. But actually, even sat up here with our headphones on, it's quite hard to hear the officials' whistles. You almost got to watch for the hand signals.
Well, this will be a great test in paying attention.
That was an unnecessary one there. Michael Mokongo waves his finger to say no, but there was a little shove off there, just to free up some space for himself.
And once again, that's something that the refs, they've kind of let a couple of those slide now, but they're looking to try and regain control of this game, as it's gotten a little too physical for their liking.
The last 10 seconds of a enthralling opening quarter. Morocco looking to make it a one-point game. Congo can't get it. The quick fire shot from Wilkins doesn't go, and that'll do it for an excellent first quarter, really. We had a bit of everything, didn't we? We had some dunks at this end, block shots, three-pointers, one or two bits of pushing and shoving. It's got a bit of everything, this game. Very tasty.
It is, absolutely, and it's incredibly entertaining. Both of these teams very intense. The crowds only getting bigger, only getting louder, only getting more into it. And above all else right now, Morocco just needs to try and find a way to settle down. They're getting their shots, Dan, mind you. They're getting their looks. They just have to start sinking them. They have to remember as well, maybe it's time to start emphasizing their ability to work inside the paint. Anytime that they were able to work the passes a few times go in, they had their opportunities. But overall right now, this has been this all Central African Republic, especially in the second part of that first quarter. And their defense and their crowd behind them.
Well, we're seeing some of the best of international basketball fans here, that's for sure. They're very noisy, very enthusiastic behind their team, dancing along, blowing the whistles, blowing the vuvuzelas, making it as loud as they can to support their team. And still more and more of them come in, and it's interesting, you see, you've got this one little bunch down the end. Over here as we take a look at the shooting numbers, which are reasonably good through the first quarter, and then as we look back at the highlights of this opening period, then you can see the other people who've come in early, knowing Senegal are playing, trying to get a good spot. Although I don't think there's a bad view in the building, to be honest with you.
No, there isn't.
But they're not. They're just sat there passively watching on. They're enjoying the spectacle.
That is for sure. There we go. We're getting started here in the second quarter, and just taking a look at those highlights, we saw Morocco. They had the ability to get physical under the rim. They had a couple of really great blocks to start it off, but ever since then, it's been really all Central African Republic. They've been able to create a bit of a lead here as a result.
Well, what can Morocco do about it here in this second quarter? A good drive to the basket from El Maksoud, but he didn't quite have enough on the finger round. It's not a reach foul over the top. Again, even the players are struggling to hear the whistle, and you know the refs are only a couple of feet away from them. It is that loud. Goodness knows what it's going to be like later when Senegal tip off. Looking forward to that.
No doubt. But we've got a good one right now, Dan.
We sure do. And again, there's a lot of, oh nice, another block. There he is again. Sure.
Once again, though, that's the Central African Republic's kind of downfall. They've got the tenacity to attack the rim, but sometimes a little bit too much tenacity trying to go into a sea of green. And as a result, they get rejected once again.
There's Wilkins for three, and he knocks it down. It's a one-point game.
There's the American-born Moroccan Wilkins stepping out. He's shown his range. He's already attempted an earlier three. Central African Republic are going to have to make a note of that, as the big man knows how to sling it.
Here's Kugere looking to go to work. Has it knocked loose? Good hands by Abu Salam, but they couldn't come up with it. But that is a shot clock violation. And those go down as team defensive stops, but the big number 9 had a lot to do with that.
No doubt.
Here's Khalifi. Wilkins moved around back to Khalifi. Relima passes it on, and three-point shot doesn't go. And the problem with having Relima out on the three-point line, moving the ball there, is he's not under the basket to rebound. Quick shot at the other end, and there's going to be a foul there on Reda Relima, who's trying to box out. That's what he's saying to the referee. And he had a slightly smaller, more mobile guy behind him, and he's trying to keep pushing him away from the basket. The referee didn't like the look of it.
I'm going to say that was an excellent decision there by Kagiri, able to work his way around his defender to try and get that rebound, and as a result he ended up having to use a little bit of grabbing and clutching instead of just using his body, and the referee recognized that, and he made the right call. And that's what you get when you hustle, when you work as hard for the basketball like that. The referees will see that.
Mangafio dumps it inside, gets it back in the corner, launches the three. A little too much adrenaline in that shot, I think.
For sure. Can you blame him?
Well, probably not in this situation.
And he just lets it fly, had all the time in the world to let it go, and now the crowd is losing it as a result.
Well, more and more of them are coming through the door, and more of them.
Look at this here in the rebound. He's giving him the signal, shoot it, and he just lets it go. Excellent box out there, some great work on the screen.
Well, sideline ball to Morocco, which Adil El Massoud was about to inbound, but instead there's going to be a substitution with El Masbahi checking in. El Massoud is pushed to the ground. The foul is going to be on Fabou. It's just a little moisture as we have a look back at the replay. He beat him with the first serve. In fact, it was a bit of a trip rather than anything else, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was there, and it was a good crossover to create the separation. But the Central African Republic, they are definitely the aggressors in this right now. Here's Wilkins.
Moves it back on to El Massoud. Wilkins wide open in the corner, knocks down the three.
And Wilkins, very talented player coming out of the United States, but of Moroccan descent. So one of the guards, actually, Mustafa Khalifi, said of Wilkins, he's a gift from God for this team going into this tournament. And he's proving it right now. Of course, he's saying it jokingly.
And Massoud drives to the basket, and the foul is called.
Once again, though, if you're Morocco, that's a good decision. You want to keep attacking the basket here on the fast break. Nice Euro step attempt to the finish. If you've got a team that's out-muscling you right now, you have to let them know that you're not afraid to go into the paint. You're not afraid to try and get those baskets, get those high percentage shots off. While at the same time, they're doing a great job of finding Wilkins out on the three-point line. And Wilkins, he's a tough guard, Dan. He's a tough player to defend, just given on his size alone and his ability to shoot. Not many guys are going to get up there to block his shot.
Well, they're doing their best behind the basket to put the free throw shooter off. But El Massoud makes the second.
You got to imagine that Massoud was actually even a little excited to see so many people rooting against him.
Well, here's Kasangri. Nice step in the corner. Rabai, shot doesn't go, but an offensive rebound from Dibonga. Oh, he's turned it over. Khalifi's in there for the steal, and here come Morocco. El Massoud backs out. Head fake. Around to Wilkins, puts the ball on the floor. Up in the air, finds El Maqsood in the corner for three, knocks it down. And Morocco are back up by 4.
What a shot and what a find by Wilkins. Getting his teammate in the corner. Excellent release. Excellent ball movement. Morocco now up by 4.
Well, it's been a game of punch and counter-punch this so far. Good feed inside.
What a find on the outside. Excellent basketball there. Recognizes, gets the defender off his feet. Nice find down to the basket for an easy 2.
And Goy was there to lay it in.
That was Ngoy with the finish.
Hello, the Khalifi. His 3-point shot from El Masbahi is short. Whoa, what a big screen that is. And the lob up, he's slow to his feet there, El Maqsood. Meanwhile, the 3 doesn't go from Kasangi. That was a huge
body
screen.
check. But the referee's saying he was standing still. What do you want me to do?
Yeah. Well, it's like an ice hockey player. Wilkins fires up off the back of the ring. El Maqsood gets the rebound. Recycles back out to El Masbahi.
There's that veteran sensibility we talked about before the game. Slow it down, give it a chance.
El Maqsood for 3. Well, I'm surprised you can see anything after that hit.
Here we go, calling a play. This is McConnell.
Kicked out and fouled on the shot there by El Maqsood.
That was definitely a foul there. You can see there was no way you can really miss that badly from that short a distance without the defender getting some sort of hand on it. See if we can see a replay of it.
Johan Gribongo will go to the line to shoot 3 free throws.
Gribongo, much like the rest of the Central African Republic team, the physicality has played a major factor so far in keeping them in this game. But despite that, Morocco still holding on to a lead, but maybe not for long.
Well, I think 1 or 2 forgot there was a 3rd shot, was there?
Yep.
Yeah. Even one of the officials forgot there was a 3rd shot.
It's not very often you see 2 consecutive 3 foul shots, or 3-point fouls, if you will. Can't remember the last time I've seen that.
Well, they're all in the lane way too early, but the referees let it go, and Khalifi will bring it forward. Khalifi moves it on to El Masbahi. El Maqsood now gets it back again, fakes the 3, puts the ball on the floor to the spin. Oh my goodness! What a shot from from Adil El Maqsood. He was falling over and he just threw it up hopefully.
What a finish. What a finish. No basket.
Foul on the floor. El Masbahi is called for it. I think they would have rather the advantage there than the 2 points for Gribongo.
That is for certain. But Central Africa now maybe a chance to make it 3 instead of 2 as the substitution comes on. That's number 10, Sydney Peoa.
That came off the foot of El Maqsood.
Maqsood, I mean, what a finish that was on the other end there, Dan. Defender draped all over him. Gets the little hook shot to go. That was a big bucket for Morocco.
There's Makongo with the shot clock getting low, pulls up for 3. Michael Makongo knocks it down from behind the arc. We're level at 27.
What a shot, composure. Little dribble to get his footing right. Lets it fly. Full confidence in himself.
Here's Mitsud again. Oh, it's sort of in between. It's saved. Oh, he's kept it alive, but the shot clock is ticking down. It needs to go up. It does go up. He's not going to hit the ring. And there's a foul there, and a needless one there. I think it's on Kasangi, because actually he didn't have to do anything. It was going to be a 24-second violation. Instead, trying to keep the Moroccans away from the ball. This is the three-point shot at the other end.
There's Makongo using the most off of creating the separation there off of the screen. As you can see, the screen set up. The defender had to go in front of his teammate there. Makongo took advantage of that separation, and wide open three knocks it down to tie this game.
Well, he tried the quick lob, but it wasn't very effective. They've managed to keep control of the ball as El Masbahi gets it inside, and that won't count. The foul was on the floor first as Koradu tried to take it to the basket. He actually got fouled trying to put the ball down.
Yep, and it looks like once again now it's a role reversal here with Morocco wishing that they had gotten the 2 points rather than just the foul, but they still have an opportunity here to get two at the line. And Kurodu sinking that first free throw, Dan, he's really going to need to start getting himself a little bit more involved in the offensive end. Morocco, despite the height advantage that they have in the paint, have really elected to try and settle for three-pointers all throughout this first half. But really, they don't really have, the Central Africans don't really have anybody on their roster that can just match up with Kurodu straight up with his length.
Well read there by Chua to knock it out of bounds. But Central Africa will keep possession of the ball. They trail by a point here. 2:22 to go in the first half. Makongo crosses the halfway line, gets the high screen, keeps it going. Now has the bigger man, Kurodu, in front of him.
He's got to isolate that. Nope, he waited too long, and there comes the help. Great job by Morocco.
Whoa! There's a foul there. If that's on Kurodu, he must have caught him with his teeth there. In fact, I think the referee signaled 14. That's the initial. Must have been from the other side, but over the limit. It's been.
Digim Mabe's been hit up with a technical foul for taunting Kurodu after he fell on the floor. And he's actually had a few words throughout this game for Kurodu. This isn't the first time he's had him and Kurodu have had some conversations in this game. And it seems like the referees have had enough.
Yeah, it was an unnecessary one, that, wasn't it?
It was. He still hits the free throw, though, ties this game back up. But really, Dan, for all of the bluster and for all of the excitement in Central Africa, they're only up by one.
Yeah.
Morocco's done an excellent job of stemming the tide here in this momentum. The true sign, as we said, of a veteran team.
Yeah, dumps it off, cutting to the hole is Chua for two.
And there it is, Morocco. Excellent find on the inside, and the importance of moving without the basketball is on full display right there.
Pull up from Makongo is good, and the lead switches hands once again.
And Makongo, what a game he's having right now.
Khalifi gets it back. Khalifi fires up from behind the arc. Front rims that one.
Not a good shot there. And there's another shot.
And it's 5-on-4 once again. There's going to be a foul there, first of all, on Mustafa Khalifi.
Let's talk about, unfortunately, Morocco trying to go tit for tat with Central Africa on that last one. Here's Makongo. He was driving to the basket, getting the foul. But
pretty blatant foul, but he knew it was 5-on-4, so
take advantage.
Stop the man, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Mokongo, go right to the basket every time on that. It's so deadly when you're, you know, it's such a freeing feeling when you know you can hit a couple of threes on the outside, so they know they have to step up on you, and that's when point guards can really have a lot of fun handling the basketball and creating open space for their teammates.
Now Uchi crossing the halfway line. Skip pass. Back to Uchi trying to bounce it through 3 legs, and it's a turnover in the end and a foul committed, and it'll be a long walk down because they're over the limit, so it'll be 2 more free throws here.
Yep. That's what we've been getting, though. Very physical game here. But Morocco just seeming a little bit out of sorts on the offensive ends the last minute or so, I'd say, Dan. Even Lariki there, a player who's really good at getting past his defenders off the dribble, not really recognizing that his defender was giving him the left lane. He did a stutter step, but still opted to try and go to his right. Not exactly the best way to try and get by your defender. You have to be able to recognize what your defender is doing to take advantage of the open space, as Jim Rebay was able to hit his first free throw.
Misses the second. Ajah with the rebound. There's 40 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It's a 3-point lead to Central Africa. Morocco with a chance to cut that.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
Ajah with the turnaround, doesn't quite go. They got numbers here, leaked out. He just went a bit too far though. Kasanga, and he ran out of court.
Yeah, it's a tough break for Central Africa. Had a chance to extend this lead by 5 going into the half, but we're going to have a timeout regardless.
20.7 seconds to go. Morocco trailing by 3. They're going to call a halt to things to try and draw up one last play for this half. Well, I'll be amazed if the players can even hear what coach is saying in that.
Absolutely, you can hear even with our headphones on. It's almost amplifying it because it's picking up the sound on the microphones. But what a raucous crowd this is. Here in Dakar, they came out in full support of the Central African Republic. And kudos to the CAR because they've taken full advantage of it. Very physical game right now. And Morocco does not, despite the fact that Morocco, they are only down by 3, but they have just not looked like they've been able to kind of get into their offensive rhythm. They're a very talented team, though, as we've seen some very impressive finishes at the basket. But without those finishes and some of those big threes in the corner, Morocco would have had themselves in quite the hole right now going into the halftime.
Well, back out come the two teams to play out the final 20 seconds. What have Morocco drawn up here? Marici has it. Wilkins comes up to set the screen, goes round it, goes all the way to the hole, tried to dump it off. It was knocked out of bounds, and there's just under 3 seconds to go. And it's an end-line ball to Morocco.
There's Larici was telling Chua he needs him just a little bit farther to the corner so we can feed it off with a three-pointer.
And on the buzzer, the shot doesn't go from Lima, and that will do it for an entertaining, slightly low-scoring, but entertaining first half. 33 points to 30 in favor of Central Africa.
Very impressive finish here. Central Africa setting the tone with their physicality, but Morocco, this is really one of those skill versus will games, Dan, where Morocco really showing off some impressive ball movement, knocking down the open threes they needed to knock down, and some very impressive finishes at the rim, none more flashy than Larici there. With that.
The inbound as Central Africa will get us underway here in this third quarter. attacking the end where their fans are situated. So I'm sure that will serve only to fire up the fans even more, and they get a foul on this first play called against John Wilkins.
And Wilkins, he's the last player the Moroccans want to see in foul trouble. He's such a tough player to defend. He's got the ability to shoot the three while at the same time one of the bigger men on the floor. Never a problem going right to the basket. It seems like there's...
Well, I don't know what happened to Makongo there. He just kind of fell to the ground like he'd injured himself, and he's hobbling off. And
he's holding his hamstring.
A good sign at all.
And he's the leading scorer with 11 points for Central African Republic. He's scored literally a third of their offensive output, and that would be a big miss if he has to sit out some time.
Well, he's just taken down his legging, and he appears to have his knee taped already, so maybe it's just aggravated. That's a massive three-pointer on the shot clock buzzer that doesn't go. Great fast break, and there's Wilkins on the end of it. El Maqsood found him.
And there's Wilkins. Wilkins, I'm sure he's feeling good about that one after giving up the early foul. Puts his team back within one.
The pass is a little errant from Samedi as he drove through the lane. And you just wonder whether the break did his knee seize up or a little bit. He was okay at the beginning because he was out there the whole time, and don't know.
Yep, and now Samedi's going to have to really take on those roles there. Start trusting his teammates.
Wilkins misses the three. Najar with the rebound, draws the foul. And just whilst Najar's getting ready to shoot the free throw, I'm looking at the bench, and he seems to have a lot of ice strapped on that knee, Michael Makongo, which is not a good sign. He doesn't look like like a guy who's coming back today.
No, unfortunately, it looks like usually if the ice is on, that usually means that's it.
Well, the second free throw is no good, and Fabu with the rebound.
And now Samedi is really going to have to step up here for his team. 2 turnovers to kick off this half, and now possibly a third.
Well, he somehow breaks out of that, drives in, and then he does turn it over.
And he's got to look for his teammates. He had a wide open look at the three-point line on the left side of the floor, on the far side of your screen here.
And he's beaten backdoor. Good cut by Chua, and he lays it in. He's come up hobbling a little bit as well.
And now it's going to be Kasangu that says he's going to bring the ball up.
Yeah, somebody has it for a moment, gets it back. He's open, drives baseline to the spin. He's in with the big boys. He's going to have to kick that one out. Little runner.
There it is, finds it. Great shot there. Great decision by Samedi. 3 times he tried to force a pass or a shot and it didn't go. This time slows down, finds his teammate. And you got to trust your teammates in basketball. It's the only way you're going to win.
Tied at 35. Wilkins turns down the 3. Now Masbah fires up on the shot clock buzzer. You can barely even hear the shot clock. They reset because they got the shot off in time. Najar going strong. Tip is eventually bobbled in. And there's bodies all over the place on the floor.
And that's that physicality, but that height advantage here. Morocco, their forwards, very long arms as we look at the replay here. Tries to go up, but who's right there? The green shirts to tip it right in. And that was number 10, Chua, who was able to get that tip in. He's also got 2 blocks to his name earlier in this game.
Bit of a 2-2-1 press here, just to throw them out of rhythm as much as anything. They weren't really chasing the steal, just trying to take some time off the shot clock, and here they are. They haven't really done anything. There's only 8 seconds left. And that's a good challenge again. Didn't block it that time, Chua, but he did change the shot.
Well, absolutely, without a doubt. That's a very tough shot to get off over a guy with his wingspan. Right in his grill.
Wilkins. Blocking foul is called. I think it's on the floor.
Yep.
It's on El Masbah.
And you can see the momentum has shifted a little bit in this move as Kasangu was caught trying to reach in there while his feet were moving. Easy call for the referee there. But Kasangu does get away with the fact that it's on the floor. And there won't be any shots because of it.
That's his third, by the way, on Kasangu. And a chance to run the other way. d-jéry back out, lobbed into the foul line, and then Ngoye drives hard, finger a bit too much on it. Matsud with the rebound, off and running. Wilkins will pull up in transition for three. It's a 5-point lead.
A big shot there by Wilkins. And he is without a doubt, the leader of this team when they need big shots from him in transition. Look at that, just sets up. You could tell right away, as soon as he let it go, that one was going to drop. And now don't look now, but Morocco with a 5-point lead over Central African Republic. A very good time for a timeout here by the CAR coaching staff.
Well, there's not been much in this game throughout. So 5 points feels like a lot at this stage, but also because it's a 10-2 start to the second half.
Really, it just all started with that Makongo injury there. But a fact you really don't like seeing, though, is only one assist for this Central African Republican team. Well,
you're watching FIBA AfroBasket 2017 here, coming to you live from Dakar in Senegal. It's the opening day of the competition, and it's the opening game here in Group B. And it's Morocco who currently lead by 5. Skip pass around to Ramfagio. Shot clock ticking down. They're going to have to get one off here. Goes inside. It's down to 3. I don't think they see it. He goes quickly. He doesn't see it. And is it a violation? No, referee says you've got the ball, Wilkins. Play on. Driving through the lane goes El Masbahi.
Here's an opportunity now.
That's a little bump foul. So it's going to be a sideline possession.
Let's see, Central African Republic here, just a quick Nchua. But that's it though, with shot blockers like that, you got to keep challenging them. They want to try and get up in the air and play defense.
2 shots, says the referee, as the foul was called. It's that slap across the arm, the leg from El Masbahi.
Yeah, he had a clean swipe at the ball. It was just at the very end there where he grabbed some skin. And the referee, good eyes on that one.
Lawrence Donafio can't make the first.
The Central African Republic, they were doing very well from the free throw line in that first half.
Oh, he's missed them both.
This is not the time to start missing them in such a close game. You don't want to give a team like Morocco opportunities to build their lead.
Matsud dumps it off, and there's Najjar to lay it in.
What a find there by the guard out of Morocco.
Well, under pressure here. They managed to get out. And there's another foul on the play as the Bongo was driving baseline. And he's passing it off, so it's inline ball. And Goy will sit down.
And Bijan Rabe is back in this game. And he's been a very vocal player so far in this game, Dan, getting in the face of any Moroccan that's trying to either D him up or bring the ball up on him. We'll see if his energy is going to be able to inspire this team on the floor as much as the crowd has.
Rahim Najjar sits down. Sangui one hand in it over on the far side. Here he is again, loads of space for three, rims out, ball batted loose. Anafio saves it, and that one, oh, they've got it back again. Third chance opportunity.
There's a chance, good job. Slow it down, look for another option now.
Anafio dumps it inside. Double pump doesn't go, and a rebound again. 4 chances on the one play. If you give a team enough goes at it, they will eventually score.
Yeah, absolutely, and it looks like Morocco setting up in a 2-3 zone there. The only problem is no one really had a man to box out. And there it is, a great take to the basket, but as he's going up, the white shirts are getting an opportunity to go right to the rim and get those rebounds. Hence the second and third chances here. Also, you can't forget the long rebounds that were being shot during those possessions.
First one good for Jim Rabai. Plays for Orléans in France. Played in the FIBA Europe Cup last season. And he converts there, much to the delight of the fans behind the basket. Well, we said he didn't look like a guy who was coming back into the game, but Michael Mokongo has come back into the game. He's not moving as freely as he normally does, but he's going to go out there and give it a go. And, well, somebody needs to defend Perudu underneath. He had an open layup like it was halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. A great move to the basket there.
Oh, what a shot from Calgary. It wasn't the greatest. It was one of them where you had to make it because there was nobody going to rebound for you.
Absolutely.
And he did make it.
What a find there and finish. That huge three-pointer. The Central African Republic right in transition. Lets it fly, and now they're only down by 4, and here we go.
He wants it again. This time there is a man up guarding him. Sangui directing traffic. Gets it in the corner for back-to-back threes. Not this time.
You see the whole stadium was holding their breath for that one.
Wilkins skips it cross court. Al-Maksud moves it on. Perudu almost turns it over. Morocco managed to keep the ball from the end line. Here is Perudu again, somehow finding space along the baseline, unable to score. And that man, Chua is there again. El Maksud knocks down the triple.
There's Masoud regaining the lead there, and once again, Central African not picking up their man. You see just how important that can be. The minute you give this Moroccan team some free space in the three-point line, they've proven time and again in this game that they can knock those shots down.
Well, Mokongo is definitely not at full speed. He's out there directing traffic as much as anything else.
He's shaking his head too.
And that long-range shot on their shot clock buzzer from Corrigu doesn't get, they don't get back. And an easy layup again.
It's a 9-point lead now. And it's time to get the substitution in.
Well, they need the play to go dead. He's just kind of standing in the corner. They could almost just help off him. Oh, he's going to take a shot first, is he? No, he stepped out of bounds. And he's going to go back to the bench. And you got to give him credit for coming out and having a go at it, but he never looked likely to be able. The question now is, how serious is it, and can he recover for tomorrow? This is his last attempt. You can see his heel is on the line.
Yep.
The boots are coming off now, by the way, as we see that last shot from El Maksud. And there's a foul as Shaw took it to the hole.
There it is. Once again, we're starting to see Morocco getting back to theirs. We'll take a look at the replay here. Chua attacking the basket, gets the foul. And this is something that Morocco really needed to continue to do, or they need to continue to do for this game, is use the advantage, the height advantage that they have. They're a very long, athletic team. And in that first half, they weren't really using that to their advantage, as the Central African Republic was doing a very good job of keeping them out of the paint and keeping the ball out of the paint as a result. A lot of settling for contested threes, but Dan, in this quarter, it's really been all Morocco right now, as they've had an opportunity to, especially now with Central African Republic without their best player really at this point in the game, their starting point guard, starting to look a little bit lost out there.
Well, they've scored 7 points in this quarter, Central Africa, and Morocco have scored 20. Well, there's up to 9 at least.
And that's it. Central African Republic, they're going to have to get back to moving the ball quickly, using their strength.
Nice little give and go there from El Maksud, combining with Wilkins. Yeah, and he draws another foul, and the fouls are starting to mount up here.
No, they are indeed, and that's unfortunately what happens when, let's take a look here, great finish, driving to the basket. That was a much needed basket for Central African Republic, keep themselves within striking distance going into this fourth quarter. You don't want to go down double digits going into the fourth. There's just too much ground to make up against a team like Morocco. They know how to close out games, and they've done it before against the Central African Republic very recently as last Afrobasket. These two teams are no strangers to each other.
Oh, great rebound. Went up to the top floor there, Richie, but he couldn't hang on to it. Anafia. He's picked his dribble up, he's under pressure, he gets it out to Ngoy. Ngoy sets the screen. In the corner, Fabu for the triple. It's overcooked, but an offensive rebound is the call.
That was a good move.
And it's just a question, because the shot clock went off as well, there was just a question of whether the foul came before the buzzer. I'm pretty sure it did.
Yep, and there's, once again, great awareness there.
I love that reaction there from Najjar. He put his hand up, but his eyes said, I didn't foul him. His hand said I did, his eyes said I didn't.
And the Ganafio at the line here. He had a rough start to the second half here, a couple of turnovers, but really trying to make it up for his team. And there's a missed free throw too.
Najjar pulls down the rebound. Chance to maybe even stretch this to double figures here. Ooh, there's a bit of a clash with Najjar at the top of the key. Here is the big fella trying to body him up, and he squares up and he has a few words, just a little bit of chatter there with Fabu, and now the referee says that's enough of that. But it wasn't so much this, it was the bit of the play beforehand he wasn't quite so happy with.
And Najjar now Does calm down a little bit, though. He's ready to take his free throws. Just the nature of the game at times. It has been a very chippy affair, no doubt about it. And it's now looking like it's Morocco that are looking like the aggressors at this point. And momentum's a funny thing in basketball.
Well, when you've got it, you've got to milk it for all it's worth.
Absolutely.
And when you don't, you have to stop it as quick as you can.
He gets away with a push-off there. Nice find.
And driving all the way to the hole is for Buford too.
Great finish there, and that's, you get rewarded when you know what you want to do with the basketball. That's an example of it right there, but a big shot. What a response.
El Masbahi. Wide open.
Transition too.
Time ticking down here in the third.
Here it is.
To reply off the back of the ring, and that will do it for a very good third quarter for Morocco. They were 3 points adrift at halftime, then 9 points adrift at the end of the third quarter. It's 45 points to 54.
Really very tough quarter for Central African Republic. Lose their starting point guard. Ever since then, they've kind of looked a little adrift on offense. A couple of big threes and takes to the basket near the end there, but they still have a ways to climb.
Well, we've seen basketball from all over the globe this summer, all age groups, and we're now at FIBA AfroBasket 2017, where Morocco, who are shooting the ball better, lead the Central African Republic by 54 points to 45. And really, those shooting numbers tell you everything you need to know.
They really do. If you look at Morocco, every shot that they've taken, every three-pointer that they've taken, especially in this in that third quarter, they were wide open. They were taking their time. The Central African Republic a little bit slow on those rotations with their man-to-man defense. Also, another telltale sign of why the score is the way that it is right now. You just look at the free throw percentage of the Central African Republic. They're getting themselves to the line. They're just not converting it. They're only shooting 56% as a team. And you know, when you give up half of your points at the line and you're down by as much as they are, they're still only down by single digits, but you make even at least 2/3 of your shots from the free throw line, and it's only about a 2 or 3 possession game. And really, this is just coming down to Morocco taking better care of the basketball, better shot selection. And the Central African Republic is going to need to start tying down their defense, create some more turnovers, more difficult shots, while at the same time freeing themselves up. And then maybe they'll have a shot at coming away with the win still.
Well, Morocco start with the ball here in the fourth quarter and a chance to open a double-figure lead. Nice cut along the baseline, just about red in the end, but here's Najjar at the free throw line. Morocco are in front by 11.
Najjar, he's looking very comfortable out there, Dan. Very easy cut, pick, pop, let it fly, full extension, nothing but net.
Ngoy. And unclear. Got to find some sort of response here. Central Africa shot clock is getting it very low. It's got to go up here. They're going to get a 24-second violation.
And that's the third time they've done that in this game. And we're seeing a lot of freezing right now. A lot of freezing with the ball. You cannot allow yourself to kill your dribble and then just pick and choose where you want to pass. You got to get rid of it. Keep it moving around. As soon as that ball gets stuck in that black hole, players are going to start losing their concentration.
Nice drive to the basket, but well challenged. Foul is called, though.
Excellent job. That was a fantastic take to the rim there by Larici. You can see, if there's a replay of it, As soon as he was just about to get to the basket, he sees the defender, so he leans all of his body weight right into him in midair while still protecting the basketball, going up with his left hand. And there's no way a ref can't call that. Excellent decision, and a very quick one nonetheless.
And Goy called for it. It's his third.
And he's been fantastic finishing at the rim in this game, though, hasn't he, Dan?
Yeah.
Larici.
And he makes the free throw there, and 12 points is a big lead with 9 minutes to go in a low-scoring contest. Can't make it 13, but it comes all the way back to him.
That's got to be frustrating. You have to go right back on defense now.
And he just goes right back at the rim, converts, and the foul is called. This time he's going to the line for a three-point play.
What a finish there, creating the separation from the defender with the crossover. Look at this, very lanky crossover, creates the space. And as soon as he gets those two steps and that power move up in the air, I mean, he's shown he's got some hops. What a finish at the rim. At that point, it doesn't matter how hard you hit him. He's going to finish. And Morocco still shooting 67% from the three-point line.
And he converts the old-fashioned three. And
Larici.
suddenly it's 15-point lead for Morocco. They've really blown it open here in the second half. They've scored 30 points to 12 here in the, what have we played? 11 and a half minutes of this. Oh, Najjar thought he blocked him, but must have caught him with the body as well.
And Najjar putting his hand up saying, yes, that was me, give me the foul. With some great patience under the rim there, though, by Samdi. Just waiting. About 3 or 4 pump fakes. Finally got him off his feet. Or excuse me, sorry, that's not Samdi. That's Paoa.
And he's now at the free throw line. Shooting 2. The second one has a think, and then says no.
Once again, you don't make your free throws, you're not going to give yourself a chance to win many of these close games against a veteran team like Morocco. He does get 1 or 2, though.
Cuts the gap down to 14. It's a good pass from Perodo, and he found Chua cutting backdoor. Foul's called on the floor. It's on Figueroa, and it'll be an end-line ball. In fact, it'll be a sideline ball to Morocco, which Al-Mozbahi will inbound. And Larici has it, drives in, fakes twice, bounce pass in. Najjar almost loses it, somehow keeps it alive. Larici off the back of the ring. Najjar's there, just wanting it, just dominating in terms of effort there to come up with a rebound. He was probably third best for. Al-Mozbahi. There he is again, the big fella, but this time he couldn't keep it in bounds.
Yeah, he's all over the place right now. Ever since he had that dust up in the third quarter, he's almost been unstoppable in the paint for Morocco.
This thing cross court. Okay, kicks it out. 3 is good. Up top, and it cuts the lead to 11.
They're going to need a few more of those. It's become clear, Dan, that the CAR is going to try and live and die by the 3 at this point, try and shoot their way back into this game.
Well, they might have to defend the shot. There's Najjar again. Well, they won't get back into the game if they don't keep him off the glass.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again,
showing the guns.
Showing it off, but once again, Central African Republic they've just completely lost their man at one point or another consistently throughout the second half. So many wide open looks from behind the arc, and then even when the shot is missed, everyone's just standing there watching the ball. No one's trying to block it, trying to box out Najah.
Here's a shot at the other end for Severin Ferbu for three.
That was a big shot, but they're going to need a few more of those.
They are. And they're going to need a few less of these.
Well, that's his 9th point on the night. Najah, 6 rebounds, 9 points. Rather quiet in that first half, but he's came alive here in the second, and a big reason why Morocco has such a commanding lead.
Good. He's only taking it to the hole.
An excellent finish there.
Well, they're not done yet, folks. 11 points now. The gap with 6.5 minutes to go.
They're going to have to get back to that physicality they were so good at in that first half.
Rich drives in, kicks out. Oh, carrying violation called.
Huh.
It's not a call you see often.
Let's take a look. Nice find under the basket there. And it seems like Morocco is content right now with just keeping their hands up when the Central African Republic's attacking the rim. Try not to get themselves in too much foul trouble at this point. They don't want to give away any free buckets, but unfortunately they kind of did as a result there. And it'll be up to the Central African players, though, to kind of recognize now that the defense has tapered off just a little bit. They have to create that intensity on the other end, though, causing some turnovers, or at the very least, picking up their defensive rebounds and boxing out. Because the moment they give Morocco any of those second chance opportunities, it eats time off the clock, and it usually leads to an extension of their lead.
Well, Najah has just sat down. He's got 6 rebounds and 10 points and caused them all sorts of problems. Well, nice attack at the basket, but it doesn't go. It's tipped in at the second attempt by Grabongo, just still going.
Here we go. The Central African Republic. They need a stop here.
They've got it down to 9.
Ooh, that almost looked like a carry.
It's stolen away. They have got to stop.
You got to pass that. He's got to pass that up to the lead man.
And they're slightly out of control. Now they need to get set, but the 3 goes up off the back of the ring. Good rebound, though. Will give them a second chance opportunity, which is going to be taken by Correa. Oh, you think he got a bit excited. They might get another one there. And they couldn't get the ball.
There's a foul on Wilkins as he came down with it. He's going to go to the line in bonus, and there's going to be a timeout here. And the Moroccan coaching staff, they don't want to see the CAR gain any momentum right now. They're starting to look a little lulled right now on defense and rebounding. The Central African Republic, when you've got a man leading up on a fast break, you've got to feed him the ball. He had no one in front of him. There's him in the rim. But instead, Fabu decided to try and hold on to the basketball. And it's just these little mistakes you keep seeing over and over again that are preventing some of these teams that are trying to prove something at these tournaments. The little mistakes can have such a huge impact in the grand scheme of these games.
Well, the fans still believe, that's for sure. But can their team do something about it? Morocco have looked reasonably, for want of a better phrase, mentally stable. They've been fairly even-keeled throughout this game. They haven't really got too high, too low. They've seemed fairly relaxed. There's been 1 or 2 flash points in a game like this, but fairly comfortable. So you feel like they've got that within them for the last 5:18.
Most definitely.
As Wilkins gets set on the free throw line.
At this point, this is their game to lose. They've done all the right things so far. Despite the noise, despite the crowds.
And the crowd continues to fill up here. More and more people pouring through the doors. The atmosphere's been cracking all throughout. And at the minute, it looks like Morocco are on their way to an opening day victory, but there's still 5 minutes and some change to go here in the fourth quarter. Still time for the Central Africans to make a charge.
They're going to need to start right now, though.
And there's a foul on Wilkins.
He'll take it.
Inside.
Any chance that you can go to you can get 2 free shots while getting one of the top players on Morocco in foul trouble, you take it.
The Bongo was fouled on the floor there, so it'll be an end-line ball. Yeah. 3-point shot from Kasagi is good, and they're jumping up and down behind the basket because the gap is down to 8.
What a shot, full confidence. He's shown now that's his hot spot. Morocco's going to have to make that adjustment on defense now to make sure there's a hand in his face.
Wow. Richie attacked the basket as he's done so many times.
He has.
Today.
He's been a magician getting to the basket. We'll take one more look at this shot. Almost the exact same spot he was in just a little bit earlier in this game to keep the Central African Republic in it. But once again, they can't allow Lorici to get to the basket. It looks like he's hurt, though.
Yeah, the way he went down, I was surprised. It looked like he was going to get straight back up because he hit the deck pretty hard. He kind of lost his feet.
He did.
And pivoted across 2 guys.
His first step is just so quick, Darren. And when you add in the fact of the length, and he's actually coming to the bench now, he's going to need a few minutes. But this Moroccan team, they have depth. They can afford to lose a player here and there. Of course, not a player of his caliber like Lorici, but once again, the benefits of having a team that's been together as long as this squad has, as
Masbahi is checked into the game. He takes the free throws because Lorici had to go off injured. And he makes the free throws, and it's 10 points once again. 4.5 to play. There's still enough time. And I'm with Najjar.
He knows he got away with that one there.
Might have come off the leg, but the referee's a lot closer than we are.
That is true. That is true.
Oh, circus layup from Grabongo.
Grabongo, my goodness.
Najjar has it knocked loose. Can he get back? No, but Masbahi can. Shot clock down to 6, and Masbahi gets to the hole. It's batted away.
Well done, well done. Great defense there. The Central African Republic right to the bitter end. The awareness to tip it off the rim, which is a perfectly legal move.
Big shot. Oh, it's good for Max Gagari. And the lead is down to only 5. Oh, but they've left Al Maksud, good head fake. And the foul is on the floor. Good call.
Very necessary foul there.
Mohamed Chua was fouled on the floor, but they're over the limit, so it'll be 2 foul shots. You see a super pass, first of all, great head fake. And then, well, you can't bail out of a foul like that.
No, not at all.
2 big free throws for the 24-year-old Mohamed Chua. Oh, he's missed the first. It's off the back of the ring.
And the crowd letting him hear about it.
this to make it a 6-point game. And that one is good, and there's a buzz of the horn from the table to signify Jimmy Jimrabahi back into the game. Bit of full court pressure again. It's more of a time delay. Now they go into trap mode, and he's in trouble, but he gets out of it. They're scrambling now, Morocco. And the shot is missed, and eventually it's pulled down by El Maksoud.
And he's got to make that one there. It was him in the rim, but some great help and rotation defense. Morocco getting there just in time to get a hand up.
Wilkins. El Maksoud comes up to the top of the key to get it. Behind the three-point line. Goes pick and roll. Pulls up for a big three. Doesn't go. Well, that could have been a dagger shot there with less than 3 to play.
There it is.
And I think what we're going to see is more of this. Johan Grabonga, he only knows one way, and that's straight to the ring. As soon as he gets it, looks ring, says, I'm going, see if you can stop me.
Not a bad strategy right now when you consider how heavy the whistle has been used in this game. It's a good opportunity, stops the clock while you get a chance to put some more points on the board.
While the fans still dancing, still blowing the vuvuzelas and the whistles, still waving the flags, still hoping. But these are the times in the game. Down 6, 2:46. These are must-makes for Grabonga. He can't let them go. He makes the second.
There it is. Well, 1 is better than 0.
Well, that's true.
There we go.
El-Masbai crosses the halfway line. Oh, there's an unsportsmanlike call. I didn't see it. It was off the ball under the basket. And I must confess, I was watching the ball going from El-Masbai to Wilkins, and something happened down near the key, and it's resulted in a 5th personal foul for Jimrabahi. And that is not at all what they wanted. See a guy like that foul out of the game and on an unsportsmanlike, so it's 2 in possession. Well, he's not left the court yet. Let's see if we can see it. Oh, it wasn't even him. It wasn't even him. It was a cheap shot, but it was from Sidney Pahua. But the referee got confused, I think, because the 3 of them were crossing his sight line. And in fact, I think they've corrected it. Because he's still on the court. I think they've corrected it. The scoreboard still says 5 for Jimrabahi, but they have corrected it. El-Masbai. Maksoud. Shot clock now at 10. Ooh, only just got there. And 5 on the shot clock. It's not a great foul, that, but you can see they're in gamble mode now.
Yep.
They're chasing, nearly got it, but if you don't get it, then you're always going to be scrambling.
Absolutely.
But down 7, 2:20 to go, 2:19 to go, you got to do it.
You have to, absolutely. Unfortunately, it just seems like that unsportsmanlike call has really hurt the Central African Republic. That could be the turning point here, just when things look like they could have gotten a little bit more interesting.
Well, there's still time. There's still enough time in an 8-point ball game, but they need to pretty much go. Great rebound from Jimrabahi. He tried to throw it off the legs. He's managed to find a teammate inadvertently. Good stand from Wilkins. That's a charge. Wave it off. There is 4 bodies on the floor. Wilkins got caught on the head, but you can wave off the score, and it's one of those things where they're arguing for the basket, but you almost never see a basket given on a charge. It is possible, but you almost never see it. And in that case, it's still right in his hands
as
the charge, so it isn't. It's a good call by the referee. Definitely a charge, definitely a no basket.
Unfortunately there, once again, learning from your opponents, recognizing that Grabongo has been attacking the rim every single time he's gotten the ball in this second half, and Wilkins, great recognition of that, just stands straight up and takes the contact.
Richie waving it off. Now going around the screen. He loses it though. And a chance for Central Africa out on the break, and that's an offensive foul. It's a dumb one.
It is. And there it is. Moving. You can't move.
He just sort of cleared the lane out for his teammate to give him an easy layup, and he's definitely fouled out of the game now. The fans don't like it, but I think that's the right call. Watch here. As we see on the replay, he comes across and just sort of stops in front of him. Oh wait, have they changed it? What's the... Did they change the call there? As we were watching the replay, they must have changed the call, or maybe decided it wasn't. I'm not sure.
All we know is that Central African Republic now, they have the possession of the ball.
The call. The foul is actually on Kurodu.
Saying that he fell over him or pushed him.
Well, it's a break for Central Africa, that's for sure. Can they take advantage of it? High running shot is good for two.
They
as
gotta press.
Cuts the lead down to 6.
They have to press. It's a 2-possession game. They need this stop.
Big shot for Wilkins for 3. Knocks it down. What a bucket. And that's taken some of the air out of the sails of Central Africa. Whoa, an inadvertent slip. He just lost his feet underneath there, Coulier. He's back up on them now. Well, what a time to fall and lose the ball inside the final minute when you're down 9.
What a finish this has turned out to be. Wilkins with the dagger.
Beautiful from Laurentian to the... Oh, yes, it's good. He'll go to the line for a bonus.
My goodness. And Morocco, they came to play. A couple of unbelievable plays there. Let's look at this finish right behind the back. Loses the defender, up and in, and still with the composure after getting hit to finish the layup. And he's been doing that all day, though. He's been a nightmare for the Central African defense.
You can't convert the three-point play, but they're just going to have to jack it here. They need points in a hurry, and there's a foul called, first of all, for Madil El-Maksoud.
El-Maksoud trying to get into the ball there. Stop the clock, 40 seconds remaining. They've got an 11-point lead now. The fans are still loud, though. They're still demanding to be heard.
But they're still 10 points adrift with 40 seconds to go. Possible but unlikely from here. They surely have to lengthen the game with fouls here, and they do. Who call for it? But their only hope, really, is quick fouls, missed free throws, made 3-pointers.
That's asking for a lot in 36 seconds. It was El-Masbahi.
Oh, he almost missed it. He needed a lot of help from the ring.
He did.
but it makes it a 4-shot game, so it almost doesn't matter what happens on this one.
True veteran of this team. He came up with some big plays, but he does miss that free throw.
Yeah, he nearly got his own rebound, but a running clock with the 10-point lead is no bad thing. And a turnover, and that will pretty much be that, as Morocco bring it forward. And Central Africa have turned off the dogs, but they do get a steal.
Ooh, nice.
That was
little
nice.
street ball move there.
Got to finish it with the 3, doesn't? And as time expires here in Dakar, despite having tremendous support, they didn't quite have enough on the court. It really pivoted on the injury to Michael Makonga. Once he went off, they didn't quite have that direction, that leadership, and they've been beaten here by Morocco. It's finished Central African Republic 66, Morocco 76.
Very tough outing there for the Central African Republic. I mean, this is just one of those games where they're going to be asking, what if? What if there wasn't an injury? What if we didn't get those unsportsmanlike fouls when we were on the comeback? What if we made a couple more free throws? A whole lot of what ifs for this team, but nothing to be ashamed about. And the fans should be proud of the effort that their team put together today. Let's take a look at the stats now. Central African Republic waking up a little bit behind the three-point line in that fourth quarter, but the foul shots really were the tail of the tape on that one, and Morocco as well, just unconscious from behind the three-point line, picking all the right spots to hit those shots.
Well, the score is Wilkins came up with some big